The majority of my classmates know me to be a hard-working student who has always made good grades and never does anything to get in trouble. I usually have not traveled outside of my small circle of friends unless someone else took the first step to talk to me. Throughout my high school years, I have realized that I never stopped working to see what was going on around me. I didn't see all the friendships being formed or the great memories that come along with them. Now that this is all coming to an end, all of that seems to be coming back to haunt me. When I entered the halls of Butler Traditional, I knew I would have to work a little harder than most people there. I came from Conway Middle School, and even though I had a blast there since I got to slack off most of the time, I knew I was not as prepared as the kids that came from Catholic schools or traditional schools. I made a decision that schoolwork would always come first. I had to make all A's, I had to be valedictorian, I had to get as much college credit as possible. I knew this would take a lot of work, but I didn't fully understand the sacrifice I was going to have to make for all that. Freshman year, I came into school knowing just around 10 people. Every class I went into was already filled with kids who had gone to middle school together and already had friendships formed. I felt so alone at first. At Conway, I was pretty outgoing. I knew everyone there, and I always had good friends around. For some reason that I still don't know, I lost the ability to just start a conversation with people that year. Finally, at the end of the first week, I made a friend, Alec Chamberlain. Once he talked to me, everything got a little less scary. It was not as hard to give these people a chance. As the years went on, making friends got a lot easier. I met my two best friends from school sophomore year, Elizabeth Wynn and Kinsey Morgan. Most people could probably see all the work I put into school. However, most people don't know about the work I put in at home, too. I spent countless hours a night doing homework and studying, especially for my AP classes, but my work ethic doesn't stop at just school. I got a job as soon as I turned 16. I've had the same job at Penn Station for almost 2 years now. Even though I love working there, it took up a lot of my time. I work around 25 hours a week, and for a long time, it was hard for me to balance work and school, and it literally took all my effort to be able to do that. I didn't have time to sleep, much less have time to go out and have fun with friends. I noticed after a while people just stopped asking me to do stuff with them because I never could anyways. Now looking back at it, I'm really disappointed that I didn't make more memories with the wonderful people around me, especially since I'm going away to school and I won't be able to see most of them anymore. The one job that will never end for me is taking care of my sisters. I've always been like an extra parent to them. I'm not saying that my mom is a bad mom in any way, because she's not. She has always done everything she could for each one of us, but my mom has always had to work a lot. That left me to take care of them most of the time. Before I got my job, I did the majority of everything in my house. I cleaned constantly. There was a time when my mom would come home and not have to complain about something being messy because I always made sure the house looked good. I would be the one to help my sisters do their homework, I would get them ready for bed, and when I got old enough, I would try to make dinner some nights for everyone. Because I had this responsibility, I wasn't allowed to go out most of the time that I did have free time. My mom needed me home, so I stayed. My turning point for all this came a little late. About midway through this year, I realized I couldn't do it all. I was stressing myself out so bad trying to juggle schoolwork and family. I was constantly upset with myself because I never allowed myself to do anything fun. I told my mom about how I couldn't handle it. It turned into a huge argument. My mom felt like she was losing me, and if she didn't have that support there, she didn't know what she was going to do. However, once I proved to her that my sisters could easily handle taking over my chores, things got easier. My mom, being the overprotective person she is, she was still hesitant about letting me out into the world, but she trusted me enough to know that I would do what was right. I made time for friends and myself. I started going out at least once a week and finding something to do. I was amazed at how much stress that could lift off of a person's shoulders. I found myself making amazing memories just by going out and doing random small things that most people wouldn't even consider fun, but I was doing them with great friends, and that made all the difference in the world. I wish I had realized earlier in my high school career that there's more to experience in preparing for college. I wish I would have taken everything in and not wished it away so fast. I wish I had more memories like the ones I made this year. Hard work is important. I've always known that my whole life. You have to work hard to be able to play most of the time. Just don't forget about that part. Take a break every now and then and just go have fun. Never be too scared to start a conversation and potentially a new friendship. When a friend asks you to go somewhere, no matter how lame it might seem, go. I promise most of the time these will be the times you remember most. So yes, take the time in high school to prepare for college, but don't forget to truly experience high school along the way. If there is anything Butler taught me, it is to make the most of every day, and I plan to do that from here on out.